You are not a sensei. You're a con man.
Hey, ninjas!
Hiya!
Welcome to Cobra Corner. Who are we talking about today, Sensei?
I believe, since we just did Hawk, by turn of fair events, the next person we have to talk about is my other least favorite character, Tory.
One of my favorites.
I know she's
Tory.
a lot of people's favorites, and
I
think
love Tory.
I think she's a great actress. Peytonlist,
Oh yeah,
great
I love
actress.
Peyton.
Just don't care for Terry, but Tory.
Tory.
We'll get into that when I was getting ready to say commentary. That's why.
Commentary.
We'll get into that when it comes to my turn to do the commentary. For right now, it's Shelley's turn to roll out with the facts about Ms. Peytonlist.
Yes, sir. Alright, Peyton List, a.k.a. Tory Nichols. She was born April 6th, 1998, and she is 27 years old, young. She has been an on-screen mainstay in many households and has basically grown up in front of the camera. She is a leading actor, producer, and writer of her generation, which she really is.
I know, she is a busy lady. I know that. She's got her hands in a lot of stuff. I do know that much.
Yes. She also stars and produces the Paramount show School Spirits, which
Love School Spirits.
You guys have not checked that out. It's on Paramount. It is so good.
Okay, I'd love to put this over on my new channel, but since you're the one who got me watching School Spirits,
I did.
It would be unfair not to put it on this channel.
I
think
that's right.
We should do a recap up to thus far, and a theory, and a theory show about what we think is coming, as
theories.
Let's dig up. It's probably too early to find out when the next season starts, but we will try to also find that out when the release date for the new season of that is.
Yep.
If we can't get it now, which I assume that it's too early, as soon as we do get it, of course, we'll let you know, even if we pop it out in a short, hey, we got the date! You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think we've mentioned School Spirits enough on this show.
We love it. We love it.
I just think we need to do it. So
yeah. It's a must.
Look forward to that. And if you haven't watched School Spirits,
do it.
There's nothing else on right now. It is a great time to watch it.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Get on it. Get on it now.
Okay, but we must digress because this show ain't about School Spirits.
Let's digress, but it is about Peyton.
It is about Peyton List.
Okay.
The busiest girl in show business, see?
The busiest girl in show business. Okay, in her early career, she made a name for herself on the Disney show Jessie, which... Hold on.
Go ahead.
By the way, Jessie is the network's longest-running series.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
I didn't know what Disney show that she was in.
It's called Jessie.
I was aware that her roots, like so many of these Cobra Kai
kiddos,
main actors, that their roots are all in Disney. So
yeah, all Disney kids.
What can I say? Like the Mickey Mouse Club and Disney and all that crap, they really do get them ready for acting in some real shows and stuff. So we'll give some credit where it's due. You know, because you'll find me critical of Disney and some other shows that we do maybe, but I'll give credit where credit's due. So go on. I'm sorry, I digress once again.
He's always digressing, right?
Well, my brain goes where it wants to go.
Okay, bring it back, Squirrel. Does she really know karate? Yes or no?
God, I have to start looking this shit up before the show because you ask me this every day.
That's a cheat. I know it's part of my
you know what? I feel like Tory doesn't know a lick of karate.
Wow, I think he has been into my tarot cards because, sir, you are correct.
See? I knew I didn't like her. Faker, poser.
No. Digress again, dear man.
Okay, I'll digress. You got to put me back in my place, huh?
She did not did not have any prior martial arts training before her role in Cobra Kai, but she learned karate for her character, and she said it has significantly impacted her life and her confidence.
Oh,
so she does know it now. She knows it now.
Well, Samantha LaRusso would still kick your ass, okay?
I have some fun facts. Fun
fact!
You love my fun facts.
Well, who wouldn't love a good fun fact?
Did you know that Peyton List has a twin brother named Spencer List?
I was not aware of that.
Yup. Did you also know that Peyton is a trained dancer who is experienced in ballet, jazz, and hip-hop dancing?
I also was unaware of that.
I can see her doing that, though. She has a lazy eye.
I do as well.
Yep.
So,
and our son...
anybody who's seen me on video has probably said, hey, man, freaky guy's got a lazy eye.
No, I think it's endearing. Our son has the same eye. And the nurse, when our son was an infant, looked at him and said, ooh, he has your eye. Didn't she?
Well, no wonder it's lazy. It's been doing all the work for him. I can't get nothing out of this son of a bitch.
Okay, and last fun fact, she grew up in Brooklyn.
That's not hard to believe. She looks like
badass.
a Brooklyn-type gal.
And that's what I have for my little part.
All right, well, let's get into the character of Tory.
Let's do it.
Tory. You know, you're another one that's hard for me to love.
Again, the opinions of him do not reflect mine because I love you. Go ahead.
I guess I was destined not to like Tory just because she's the anti-hero to Samantha. So I was just destined not to like her probably. But I mean, if you want, just like with Hawk, I could go down a whole list of reasons.
You're that Hawk.
But the main thing is, I'll give her this much. She had some stick-to-itness about being who she was.
Yeah, her character was. You knew who she was.
Yeah, and that being said, there was a turning point for me. Tory took clear to the very last episode.
What's that?
To make me like her. So I liked her for one part of an episode.
What was that?
She was at the dojo, the one that Danielson hooked up for Johnny, the new dojo.
Okay.
The new old dojo.
Yeah.
And she was getting ready, for her fight the next day.
Okay.
And the LaRussos were there, and this and that and the other. And they're getting ready to leave, and she stops the LaRussos, and she talks about how different her life is than it was, say, a year ago. She might have said some months, I don't know. Let's go with a year, though, all right?
Okay.
How different her life was now, and how none of it would have been possible without everything that they did for her. And think about it. She was pretty hateful toward them throughout most of the series.
Yeah, because she had such a beef with Sam.
And with Amanda for quite a while, too.
That's true. Because,
But
Mama Bear.
You gotta give props to Amanda. She never quit trying, and she did prevail on helping her.
Yeah, because she was a troubled youth as well, so she kind of empathized with what she was going through, I think.
So it wasn't until that last episode that I actually liked Tory. I actually got a little tear in my eye. Well, it's really strange how many different times this show has gripped me emotionally, because most shows and movies do not, and you know this.
And I'm the one that cries at a freaking commercial. Like, I cry at the drop of a hat, do I not?
And I never do.
Very emotional.
And I never do, and I've watched this thing 5 times now, at least. And still, it be getting me sometimes.
Yeah. You feel like you get to know the characters like they're your friends almost. knows?
It's just like when Johnny says, I love you, but then he says, Robbie instead of Miguel.
Oh, that killed me.
Look on Miguel's face.
That killed me.
I
wanted to hug him.
I was like, oh, you poor freaking soul.
I'm like, Miguel.
And, anyways, digress. This is Tory's show.
Yep.
But most of the show, I didn't care for Tory. Mostly because she was always against Sam. And since I didn't like her, I liked her even less because she got with Robbie.
I loved it.
I would have preferred to see Robbie get with somebody else. Maybe Zara. You know what I'm saying?
Zara,
at least Zara was cool. Cute. You know what I'm saying?
Tory's adorable.
Man.
All right, opinions vary. We're not gonna.
And that's strange because they actually do. The makeup artist.
I think she's beautiful.
The makeup artist, though, actually do a good job.
She's gorgeous.
Of dulling her down a little bit from the
Off
actress.
the show,
because off the show, I think Peytonlist is a super pretty girl.
Absolutely.
Really. But on this, and even more so on School Spirits, the makeup artists have done a good job because it's just not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying?
I've always thought
I'm sure she is some people's, but she's not mine.
She's mine. She's my little cup of tea. I like her. Yeah.
So I was even mad when that Robbie got with her. I was like, oh no, go get with that Zara girl. At least she's cute. I mean, use a little thinning of the eyebrows or whatever, but
yeah, she had some thick eyebrows. But I'm not one to.
Unfortunately, I'm sure she'll be on a combo show as there's not as much to say about her. Well, actually, Shelley has quite a bit to say about her.
Zara, the actual person.
She is an accomplished martial artist.
I bet this is Tory's show.
All right, I'll digress once again. See, this is how much I don't like you, Tory. I don't even want to do your show. I'm just joking.
About you forever.
I'm just joking. Even though I didn't like you, your character was very necessary, and it was very, very good character for the show.
Yes.
I agree with Samantha LaRusso. Just because you have it rough gives you no right to be a bully.
Well, but like I said, just because you grow up with the silver spoon in your mouth doesn't give you the right to look down on those who don't. So.
Well, I'm looking down on anybody who goes around, pulling shit.
Well, she did pull some antics. Like, she's lucky she didn't go to prison.
I think it's funny because you have Samantha LaRusso, who is very reserved and almost afraid to get into a fight at some points, and Tory, who's always about a fight.
Yeah,
I think she's the baddest thing. But here's the statistics between her and Samantha. Every single time, Samantha has won. Except for when they fought in the tournament and the ref was paid off. So that doesn't count. So every single time Samantha LaRusso has won between the two of them.
But she became a star at the end. She went on tour and she's going to win.
Which I was glad for that. I was glad for that because she had such a rough life.
Yep.
She had just lost her mother.
Yep.
She was always strapped for cash and stuck doing bullshit jobs.
Yeah.
So on that end of things,
like 3 jobs.
On that end of things, I can appreciate the fact that she worked her ass off to try to support herself and her brother.
Yes.
And so I do appreciate that much about Tory, and was super happy in the end when they gave her and Robbie same deal.
Yeah, Robbie
same deal.
Too. I was
they
glad.
got the contract and. What two better people to be able to get that contract?
Right, they deserve.
The rest of the kids were rich except for Miguel,
right.
And Miguel, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
he's got his shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all right. He's gonna go rap.
Robbie and Tory needed it. Robbie and Tory needed it.
Yeah,
and they got it. So I was happy for Tory as far as that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I totally predicted. I told my wife. I said if she was like a real MMA fighter or something like that, they would call her the Tooth Fairy.
He did. He
literally 2 minutes after I said that, the two girls that got her autograph was like, "It's a Tooth Fairy." Yeah, I was like, see, I told you.
No way. Yeah, that was cool.
So, cool. That's about it as far as the character of Tory. She was a pretty ruthless and vile person throughout most of the series. But she was a very emotionally confused person and didn't always use the best judgment because she couldn't always use the best judgment. She was dealing with a lot of shit.
Oh my goodness, this poor girl.
So,
like I said, okay, she's not only a high school student, she's got a sick mother that's dying. She's taking care of a little sibling. She's in karate. She's working 2 jobs. This girl. And she's got, boyfriend relation troubles, and...
Her biggest problem was allowing herself to be brainwashed by John Kreese.
Truth.
That was her biggest problem.
But who could blame her? John Kreese could brainwash... Hello, gorgeous. He almost brainwashed that snake. He got out of that cave.
Well... Clearly not everybody fell for his bullshit like Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel's a good one. Oh, if we're done, do you have anything else to say about Tory? Because I have some news that's not about Peyton, but it is about somebody that, main star, Daniel LaRusso, a.k.a. Why can't I think of his name? Good grief.
Ralph
Macchio. Ralph Macchio.
Goodness. Good Lord.
I apologize.
Somebody get one of those big canes and pull her out of here. I guess my only final wrap up on Tory is I'm glad that off screen that Peyton and Hawk date.
Yes, I love that they're a couple.
And
I hope they get married.
I think it's really interesting that the two of them date, being that they are the characters that I did not care for.
Yeah, that's funny, right?
But it would almost be interesting to see how Cobra Kai would have went if it would have been Tory and Hawk, huh?
Dude, no,
that'd be weird, huh?
That would be weird. But listen, think about it. Okay, the two characters you don't like. I mean, he likes them as actors, but on the show, you don't like Hawk or Tory, right? And they're together in real life. Who are some of your favorites? Robbie, and you love Samantha. And they're together in real life. They just got engaged.
Yep.
So that's kind of peculiar. But the news, are you ready?
Yeah, let's hear about this
Guess what happened with Ralph Macchio?
What? The hell happened with
finally
Ralph Macchio?
Achieved getting his black belt. He got his black belt in karate. He said it took him
good
about
for him.
3 years.
Took Cobra Kai to kick him back in the ass, I guess.
Yeah, it really did, because he said after he did the Karate Kid movies that he wasn't really into karate much, and
he was ready to move on from the franchise at that point in time.
And then Cobra Kai kind of
But it took him 30 years to realize that Karate Kid was the best thing that ever happened to him.
Well, don't discount The Outsiders and a lot of other movies that he has done. He's done a lot.
They were great too, but
Karate
Kid was such a
movie.
blockbuster
My Cousin Vinny was.
Damn you! Why do I always forget about Mike? That's one of my favorite movies too.
I'm like, Ralph is like one of the main dudes in there. Are you kidding me?
None of those were blockbusters like the Karate Kid was.
No, God, no.
You didn't go to school with anybody who didn't see that damn movie. You know what I mean?
Me, I just saw it as an adult in my 50s.
And guess who had the fun of living in that era and being named Daniel?
Daniel's son. He does not like to be called Daniel's son.
Such fun.
At all.
Such fun.
Try to be 4'11" and have the Randy Newman song Short People. That was torture. Alright, anyway, we are at 19 minutes. Do you have anything else you would like to add?
I do not. I think I am good over here, so...
Check out Sensei Daniel Says, check out Stupid Darlinks, check out Shell Spells, and keep checking out Legends, Lore, Hauntings, and more.
Until next time, this is Sensei Daniel saying, Hiya!
And this is Shelley saying, please like, subscribe, share. Thank you to everybody who watches and subscribes and comments. We love you. Stay creepy.
You are not a sensei. You're a con man.